For today's project, you'll need your colored pencils and a regular pencil and a white sheet of paper. Hi class, it's Mrs. Latinsky. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an artist from the country of Japan. His name is Takashi Murakami. He's famous for a kind of art called pop art. And he likes to call his form of pop art super flat. We're going to be studying the element of art, color, and we're also going to be learning about the principle of design, variety. Murakami uses both a lot of color in his art, but he also has a lot of variety as well. This is one example of Murakami's famous smiling flower artworks. He likes this smiling flower shape that he takes into different sizes and colors. You can see different sized heads of flowers and a little small one. There's a big one right there, and there's a little teeny one way on here, and they're layered on top of each other. And all this variety for the same shape, variety in color and variety in size, makes it really interesting. It creates a sense of interest in the work of art. Now, you've probably seen these before. These are emojis, and today's inspiration is from Murakami's art, but also from emojis, which are basically simple shapes that we can use and create variety by using different colors and sizes to change them up and make them interesting. What's your favorite emoji? So my daughter Grace chose a unicorn as her basic emoji shape to repeat. We made a basic unicorn. You can notice it's got a simple circle for its head. Its neck is just a little triangle, or excuse me, rectangle here. And she did triangles for the ears, and the nose is just a simple rectangle as well. Eye is a circle. So we stuck to very basic shape, so it was easier to repeat it over and over again. And there's variety here because look at there's a variety in size. We've got big unicorns and we have small unicorns and we have red unicorns and we have purple unicorns. So there's variety in color, and the variety makes this piece of work really interesting because there's all kinds of different things happening with this same shape. This is my daughter Lizzie's artwork for this project. So she used this basic shape of a book and she repeated it throughout here. She also layered things. You can see some books are in the foreground and some books are more in the background. You did this because you can see this book is in front of this book. You can see all of this book, but only part of that book to show that this one's in front. They also go in different directions. There's a variety of ways these books face. You can see they go in different directions as well. There's different sizes of books. This is a big book. I don't think it's a coincidence that she made Harry Potter the biggest of all the books because I think right now that is her favorite book. That makes a lot of sense to me. And she has a variety in her color as well. So my example is a little different. I wanted to make an emoji dinosaur, but the emoji dinosaurs just looked a little too complicated for me to repeat over and over again, so I decided to make my own dinosaur. But people say it sort of looks like a virus. It's a dinosaur, I promise. It's a stegosaurus. Let me show you. This one's easier to see. I did a big circle for his belly. He has triangles, 5 of them on the top for his spikes, or maybe those are plates on a stegosaurus. Maybe that's the right word. He has sort of these are kind of a triangle for the head, for the tail, and then little rounded rectangular or little rectangular feet on the bottom. And then I repeated that all throughout here. There are big dinosaurs, there are little dinosaurs. I have variety in the shape of the dinosaurs with the little one and the big one, but I have variety in the color as well. I have a green and purple one here and a red or an orange and purple one here. So I really mix it up. There's variety also in the direction that these dinosaurs are facing because they're going all over the place. So I'm going to show you how to create something like this that's like Murakami's art in that we take a basic shape and we're going to repeat it, but we're going to give it variety to make it interesting. But whatever you choose, make sure it's something that you can repeat. And it's good to start with basic shapes. A circle is a good place to start. You might start with a rectangle or a square. You could start with a rectangle and think, what shape could I use to repeat? Well, maybe it'll be a simple cube that you'll make. Well, it's not very even, but you gotta understand it. Maybe you want to just see what you can do with cubes and different colors on the sides of the cube. Or maybe your cube is going to have a shape in the middle of it. And this is the cube that you want to repeat. You get to pick the shape that you want to repeat throughout your work. For a stegosaurus, you start with a basic circle. Then you need to draw his little head. His little head is very much like a triangle, and it could be a basic triangle, but I like to make it curve a little bit. Okay, so there's his little head. And then his tail is a very similar shape, except for it's got more of a curve down to the point of that triangle and a curve back. So tail is longer than the head. And then little legs are something like a rectangle like that. And then I chose 5 little triangles to be his spikes, plates. Not sure what we call those for sure. There we go. There he is. Oh, one important finishing touches. He needs a big eye. He looks less like a virus if you give him a big eye. So that's my little guy that I chose to repeat. So now I have my one stegosaur, but he needs friends. And we're going to create that variety of different sizes and orientations. Orientation is a fancy way of saying the direction they're facing. So I'm going to turn my paper to make it easier. There he is. He's a little bigger this time. Now I'm going to rotate my paper again. And I'm going to draw another one here, but this one's going to be teeny. Little circle, little head, little tail. Now let's say we want to have one underneath in the background. So what I could do is create an even larger one. I'm going to turn my paper again. An even larger one. This is going to be a huge one. You can't see the whole circle because this guy is on top of it, but you get the idea. There's the circle, right? His head is being covered by this guy. So maybe you only see, no, you're not going to see his head. It's all covered. But he will have a tail because nobody's covering his tail. There's his tail. And he will have feet. No one's covering his feet. There we go. And he's going to have his little plates. There he is. There's my giant stegosaurus covered by that guy. And we just keep going. You keep going until you have lots and lots and lots of them. As many as you want. Fill up that page. Make them all the same. And then once you have them, you're going to fill them, you're going to color them. Keep filling in dinosaurs of different sizes and orientations by turning that paper round and round. Think about which dinosaurs will be in front, which ones will be in the back. And remember, you don't have to make your shape a dinosaur. You can choose any simple shape or emoji that you'd like. Just make it simple so you don't get tired of repeating it. You get to choose how you want to color it in now. Use your colored pencils and make sure there's lots of variety. Choose different colors to make it interesting. And also, maybe you want to choose a color scheme. Maybe you want to stick to rainbow colors on each dinosaur. Maybe you want to make some dinosaurs blue and some dinosaurs green. Maybe you want all your dinosaurs to be warm colors or all your dinosaurs to be cool colors. Make some choices when it comes to coloring in your dinosaurs, and consider also using the pencil around the outside line to highlight them so that they stand out a little bit on their own. Thanks for doing art with me today. I had a lot of fun today. I hope you'll share with me what you created.